when you know what time to trick on a girl? When she don't ask for nothing.
When a woman's asking me for things, then I'm like, oh, you think I'm a sucker.
When she's just a vibe, and she just shows you that she's happy to be around you and spend time with you. Excuse me, because she's not a at that point, she's a woman. So I'm gonna reward her for not asking me for nothing. That's when you get something.
If he's talking to other women, you have to let him do just that. It doesn't matter how pretty you are, how much money you make, how much time, how much energy, how much of your effort you give him, how much he may claim that he loves you. Regardless, if he wants someone else, he is going to go do that regardless of what you say or what you do for him.
Men ghost women for one simple reason: they're not interested. I know people try to make excuses for it, but that's the truth.
It doesn't matter what he says, his actions will always tell you more.
Yeah.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Men go after what they actually want. If he truly wants you, he'll show up with real effort.
Right.
And if you barely hear from him or it's inconsistent, he's not serious, you're just convenient.
And he'll keep playing that game as long as you allow it. So know your worth and watch what he does, not just what he says.
A lot of these men know that a woman will get online and say, I'm strong and independent, I don't need no man. But then be having him in the other room while hollering and screaming all this stuff, he paying the bills, but then still be online getting validation and attention from other dudes in a DM.
Women don't want to have to ask for everything all the time. She doesn't want to keep telling you to make her day better or explain how to do it. She doesn't want to always ask for help when it's obvious she needs it. She doesn't want to keep asking for your time or for flowers or for love when she's feeling down. A lot of men say they want a woman to be submissive, but don't even pay attention to the little things she needs. How is she supposed to follow a man who doesn't take initiative and stays quiet with that "if you don't say it, I won't do it" mindset? Nobody expects mind reading, but effort and awareness shouldn't have to be begged for.
Fellas, as soon as a woman starts saying things like, I'm so independent, I don't need no man, just go ahead and leave her alone, Papa. She's clearly telling you she is not ready to be led by a man, and she is never gonna submit. You are gonna spend all your days trying to prove yourself to her, trying to prove that you're worthy of leading, trying to prove that you're man enough. It's gonna be a power struggle between you and her on who the man is and who's leading. It's gonna be nothing but headaches, Papa. Trust me, just leave her alone.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Men ghost women for a simple fact that they are not interested anymore. और मुझे पता है तुम्हें उनके लिए excuses बनाने हैं कि वो busy होगा, उसके घर में ये काम है या उसके ऑफिस में ये काम है, उसके एग्जाम्स है. But let me tell you the truth. As a man myself, us men जब हमें कुछ चाहिए होता है तो हम पूरी जान लगा देते हैं उस चीज को लेने के लिए. हम ट्राई करते हैं, we show up, हम टेक्स्ट करते हैं, हम प्लान्स बनाते हैं, हम तुम्हें पूरा क्लियर कर देते हैं that we want you, so you have zero confusion. और अगर वो तुम्हें वो एनर्जी नहीं दे रहा है तो वो बस अब इतना इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है. मे बी वो आ जाएगा कभी कभी जब उसके लिए कन्वीनियंट होगा, तब तुम्हारे साथ फ्लर्ट भी करेगा, वो सब बोलेगा जो तुम सुनना चाहती हो. बट अगर तुम उसे वो गेम खेलने दोगी तो वो कितने भी टाइम तक ये गेम खेल सकता है. एंड द फैक्ट विल रिमेन द सेम दैट ही इज नॉट इंटरेस्टेड.
And another thing you have to understand is that modern women, they keep on trying to make men feel guilty about backing up, about not helping, about protecting themselves, staying to themselves. That's a form of protection. Well, how come a man won't protect me? How come a man won't provide? How come a man is going his own way? Because you've shown that man that you're a bona fide problem. You've shown that man that you're not safe to be around. You've shown that man that you can't keep your mouth closed, especially when it matters. And I'm not about to put myself in danger.
If a man grows up with a family that constantly pushes him to do better but withholds praise, he becomes a man who fears rejection. He becomes a perfectionist that does not want to disappoint anyone, so he doesn't go out on a limb for anything but constantly tests the waters to make sure he can be successful first. This holds him back in a myriad of different ways because he settles for what's comfortable and what's safe as opposed to what he really wants. Start to gravitate towards choices and actions that make you feel happy and at peace as opposed to ones that impress others. And by honoring your authenticity, you will no longer have fear of rejection because you're no longer rejecting your own self.
Where do I find good guys? This lady wants to know how she finds good guys. Well, number one, look in the gym, not the club. You want to look for discipline, over dopamine. There's conferences, there's masterminds, there's business events, there's men with purpose out there going to these things. You want to find a dude with some ambition and some purpose and some drive and understands the value of self-development, because even if he isn't perfect when you find him, he's headed that way. If he posts more thirst traps than you, he's not the one. Go where men build, okay? Church, communities, leadership roles. Good men build, weak men chase.
You know, a major flex that I don't hear anybody talking about it, so I'm gonna talk about it, is the fact that as soon as I park my car, I can immediately come inside my house. I don't have to sit in my car once I get home and mentally prepare myself to go inside. And you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. There's some of you guys who aren't happy with your partner and you park your car and you have to mentally prepare yourself to go inside. I have peace. I may be single, but I have peace, and that is a flex.
I think modern women believe that dudes are just going to let them just run rampant. Just do whatever you want. Just be however you want. I know I'm about to clown you. I know I'm about to act a fool. Go ahead. Why not? Go ahead. This is what a lot of modern women are thinking that men are going to let them do. But men are tired of that nonsense. And what you're running into is men not receiving you, or not being as receptive to being walked all over as they used to be. See, you caught a man when he was being a gentleman, but now he's like...
When the man opens up, when he really opens up, don't you use what he said when he was open to prove a point when you want to win an argument. You will never hear the full story from us ever again. And we'll start say stuff like this. How are you? Good. I ain't good, but I just ain't telling you. Women, let me tell you something. Men are not emotionless. We have deep emotions. We just don't know how to express them. And let me tell you, if you make us feel unsafe, you'll never hear from us again. If I tell you something in a moment of vulnerability and you use it against me in an argument, you can forget me talking to you forever. And you keep talking about he quiet, he shut down, he's in his man cave, he won't open up, because when he did open up, you shut the door on him.
Oh my God, I'm never calling you, but who doesn't love a makeout? Whatever feels right.
Don't buy this feminist bull. It shouldn't feel right for you to make an assessment that you're not into a guy and then go sleep with him.
He said, I just don't think I'm going to be able to meet your needs. Therefore, I don't think we can date. Go to therapy!
The guy told you the truth and you can't handle it. You're having a massive tantrum.
I'm the person you date if you want like a challenge. And he just went, why would any man want a challenge in their relationship?
Women go through life thinking that that's what you want. Don't buy that talking point, because you'll lose your men.
Why is it okay for a man to ask me my body count, but when I ask him what his annual income is, it's suddenly controversial?
Because it looks like you're a gold digger.
Don't call yourself a protector. You are guarding your property.
This is just not true of good men. In fact, good men...
What usually happens, because modern women are thinking that men are, kind of sitting in the house alone, just in a dark room. And sometimes I guess you might be, if you're thinking about some stuff. And I would actually honestly and truly encourage that. There's a lot of men out here that are checking out and choosing peace, right? So what's happening is a man is getting home. My house is quiet. I don't have a lot of drama going on, a lot of chaos, no foolishness, nobody texting me with a bunch of attitude, no nonsense, none of that. I ain't got to try to show up, prove myself to somebody that don't like me. I don't have to do all of that. He said, well, you're not a man anymore. No, I just avoid foolishness. That's really all it is. I'm just avoiding the nonsense. That's it. I'm not out here trying to disrespect nobody. I'm not out here trying to give nobody no grief. I'm not out here trying to act crazy with nobody. I'm just trying to avoid foolishness.
A man doesn't care if you love him. He cares if you respect him. You think love is what keeps a man. That's the problem. Love is emotional. Respect is behavioral. It's how you speak to him. It's how you respond when you're upset. Women need love. Men need respect. And when that man doesn't feel respected, he will disconnect. And it's not because you don't love him. It's because he don't feel it in your actions, and that's why it's not working for you. Respect requires control. It requires discipline, and it requires you to check yourself. So if you want that man, watch your tone, watch how you speak, and stop reacting off emotions. Because your looks is gonna attract the man, but respect is what's gonna keep them. I'm just saying.
Okay, I am going to say this as gently as I can. But reading that comment, I'm getting the distinct impression, no, actually rather complete confirmation, that someone has not the slightest inkling of what war actually is, what it entails, what happens, and has never even been even remotely close to war. The closest they've actually been to it is reading about it in a book or seeing it in a movie. Because comparing those two things, men and women arguing in comment sections and snipping at each other in videos on the internet, is an insult to any person who has ever seen or been anywhere near combat. Because honestly, men and women are not at war. They're having disagreements. Those are two very fundamentally different things. And I highly suggest that anyone that thinks that men and women are currently at war do a little bit more self-reflection and maybe actually learn the definition of terms before using them.
A lot of modern women you'll find are really, unfortunately for them, undisciplined, very undisciplined. Say, for instance, she might, or he might have some friends. He keeps some friends, you know, hey, let's go do this, let's do it, you know, let's hang out, right? And I don't invite her because we're just friends. Hey, we're just going out to hang out. It's just me and the boys going to chill out, right? We ain't gonna do nothing crazy. We're just going to chill out. Oh, well, you're not gonna, where you going? And you got to answer all those questions. But when it comes time for you to go on a girls trip and you don't invite him, and he says, you know, you never really invite me either. What are you guys doing? We ain't really doing anything. You know, I need my space, boundaries. You know, I gotta have some sort of bodily autonomy and all that other stuff. So it's okay for you to quote unquote get your space and go on multiple girls' nights. But if that man, even God forbid, that man goes over another man's house, have a beer and play some games. God forbid, these brothers have some fun without you. God forbid.
One of the things I've taught men about women is we have favorite questions. So quit asking, how are you? Because we're going to be compelled to report on our mental, physical, emotional state and how each of the people we're attached to are doing. And we'll do that for accuracy and for honesty. We'll tell you the whole thing. We won't say fine, right? And they're like, what? I'm like, find a better question. Find out what her favorite questions are. Like one of my favorite questions, and Dan asks me all the time, is there anything you want me to know about you? And then I sort of all the things happening in my world. What do I want him to know about me? And it's awesome. Yeah. Right? So, you know, different women have different questions. Like, what are you learning now? Or anything you're proud of yourself for? Yeah. But find out from her.
You cannot fix a damn. You have to find it's not damaged like that.
Let's go. Turbulence, people. If that woman does not give you the personality and the energy of a white woman or an Asian woman, get her out of your life. Any woman who is not giving you the energy of a white woman, the personality of a white woman or an Asian woman, get away from her. You know why? Do you know it's not a white or an Asian woman's personality? What you're seeing in those two different races of people is minimal levels of damage. When you see the opposite, it's high levels of damage. Someone you can't talk to. A woman like that, you can't build with her. You cannot build with an incorrigible woman.
I think the thing that a lot of men are tired of is modern women continue to demand chivalry, but they're not respecting the man being chivalrous. A man might open the door and she'll act annoyed with the man, right? It's like it's offensive. He did something wrong. The man will pay for dinner and she act like that's the bare minimum. Like, you can't demand traditional effort, a traditional lifestyle from a man while mocking him, while acting like, and some women are like, oh, well, that's just how I am. That's just how I was raised. I didn't mean to do that. Maybe so, but even at that, the way that you're acting and the way that you're portraying yourself, you need to get a hold of that, because the way that you put yourself out there, the man is going to think, oh, she really don't like that. Oh, she really, that's not something that she's into. So let me pull back. I guess I'll go in a different direction. And then you get surprised that he stopped doing the stuff that you wanted him to do secretly, because you the only one know what's in your mind. But the way you was acting was like, well, I really don't like that. I want this type of man. You got to get it together.
These are things I consider bare minimum coming from someone who has an extremely high effort husband.
Nope. I feel like these videos do women a massive disservice. You could have a wonderful man in front of you and maybe he doesn't do one or two of these things, and then you're making that comparison. And then all of a sudden, that good man is no longer that great of a man because so-and-so has a man that does blank. Or you start comparing your friends' relationships and then all of a sudden, nothing is ever good enough. But you aren't seeing the fights or the arguments behind the scenes. You're not seeing some of the things that maybe that woman doesn't get. You only see the highlights. Besides, do you really need all that stuff if you had to have someone else tell you you needed that stuff? That sounds like advertising. No, you decide what you actually need in the relationship and want, and then you communicate with them and be reasonable. Because yeah, you could have a humongous, high expectations, high standards, consider everything bare minimum, make your man feel unappreciated if you even have a man to begin with, and then you'll ruin your relationship because of it. Or because you expect so much out of a man or a relationship, you'll never even get into a relationship to begin with. And then you'll be lonely and miserable. Why? Because you couldn't find a man that's gonna buy you flowers once a week or something stupid like that? Really?
I think a lot of the, or I should say, one of the issues is that modern women come up with this whole list that they quote unquote need from a man. And really a lot of it is just wants, right? He's got to be 6 feet tall. He's got to be emotionally available. He's got to have a six pack. He's got to have six figures. He's got to be, I said, emotionally available, spiritually grounded, and all of that. The whole 9 yards. He's got to do this, 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 and this. And then the man turn around and ask, okay, well, what are you bringing to the table? And the answer, and she's probably not going to say that, but the answer is going to be confusion. It's going to be an attitude. That's what it's going to be. Even though I'm saying I really don't want to be bothered with that, confusion, attitude, chaos. How many people think that that's a fair trade? How many people think modern women actually, I can answer the question for you. Modern women actually think that that's a fair trade. Men don't, by the way, just so we're clear. Men don't think me bringing a whole host of things to the table. I'm emotionally available. I'm spiritually grounded. All that. And then what I get back from you is confusion, attitude, and you acting silly. They're not going to think that that's a fair trade.
Women do not know how to communicate with men. Now, before you go damaging your phone by trying to punch me through the screen, hear me out on this. Boys learn to interact with women through their interactions with their mother, which usually goes something like this. Who's mommy's special boy? Mommy believes in you. Anything that you set your mind to, you can achieve. Now, do you think that you can help mommy bring in the groceries? Now, women, on the other hand, as girls, they learn to become women by modeling their mothers. And more often than not, their interactions go something like this. You're on the phone again? How many times do I have to tell you? No phones at the dinner table. It's like everything I say goes in one ear and out the other. So, when these two individuals grow up, He is expecting to get support for his efforts while she has learned to complain in order to express her discontent. If we want to fix this, we as women hold the key. And when you learn to communicate your needs in a way that is soft and respectful, they will be heard. And believe me, the men who were raised well will be more than happy to step up to the challenge.
I'm a pretty emotionally intelligent dude. I've noticed that there's only room for my emotions when they're convenient for the woman that's asking me to be emotionally intelligent. That any emotional labor I do that's not for her convenience, or not that something she specifically asked for, that either goes unnoticed, or when I'm saying something that's not favorable, it gets used against me and it becomes about how she feels about what I said and not about that I said.
Ladies, he making something too much. Somebody cry. Somebody cry. Somebody cry.
So what? All I'm saying, because saying that, all right, now we got our own money, we want y'all to be emotionally intelligent. That's a great fucking argument until it becomes a real life situation and you start to deal with an emotionally intelligent nigga and you realize it ain't been enough of them in your life and you don't know what to do with that type of man.
You're not lying. You're not lying. This is fact.
Sweetheart,
this is
my baby, if all you done had is dudes that don't know how to express themselves, don't come sitting in front of me, a nigga that know how to express himself, complaining when I'm express myself. You understand what I'm saying?
Boys, there are two types of women in this world. There's the healed and there's the broken. And the truth is, you cannot heal a broken woman. And if she's a healed woman, she is not going to be attracted to you unless you're strong. Not loud, not dominant, but anchored. This is one of the most important truths I can share with you. We attract what we are, not what we say we want. A healed woman in our world today, in this society, is very rare. She's a Valkyrie. She's an angel sent from God to bring you back home. She's soft, she's kind, but she's forged in fire. Yeah, this type of woman doesn't criticize, she doesn't try to control you, and she's not a storm, she's a sanctuary. This is the kind of woman that you can trust to hold the rope when things get really hard, or to stand with you when everybody else leaves. And I think this is really important to note, that in Jesus' darkest hour, it was the women that stood by him when his disciples were hiding. And it's this type of Valkyrie woman that makes you more, not less. But today, this world is full of narcissists. They're trained to be validated, not virtuous. Yeah, they've been told that they've already arrived, that masculinity is toxic, and that femininity is weakness. And so they become critics, not companions. Queens with no kings, just a throne made out of ego. And here's the thing that you have to understand. A narcissistic woman will never love you. She will only love the things that you can provide for her. She's not a partner, she's a parasite. Men, get your together. Get your houses in order. Become the type of man a Valkyrie will be attracted to.
I wish I could be a lesbian. Me too.
Why isn't he gonna f me? Why doesn't he want to f me? Now I want to f him. All the guys, if I want to f them, are the guys who are not actively trying to f me.
Women are this simple. That last sentence you just said, forget every little bit of dating advice I've ever told you. Just rewind that last 5-second rant she went on.
If I'm getting pulled over on the side of the road, right, and he doesn't know how...
I can call somebody. I'm paying for it. Don't worry about my bread. I'm not getting my clothes dirty. I'm going to pay somebody.
That's you.
That doesn't make me less of a man because I'm going to throw my hands when a nigga try to touch you. You compare my manhood to a tire? I'm not traditional, but y'all want a man to milk the cow and...
Guys, I want to know when men stopped offering to carry women's suitcases. What the actual heck? I was on the tube the other day with 2 suitcases and a handbag. Not one man offered to carry my suitcase. Not even one of my suitcases. I was at London Bridge, up and down, up and down those stairs. I was like, I'm struggling out here. I'm just a girl. When did this stop being a thing? When did we decide that chivalry isn't worth partaking in? I really want to bring it back. How can we bring it back?
Can we all talk about Father Mike Schmitz? I showed him to a girlfriend who's not Catholic and she's like, when's mass?
What about the man need? That's just a cultural narrative that basically says men are like animals and they have to be able to do this something, otherwise they're going to go crazy. And the reality is there's whole vocations that are celibate. And these are virile men's men. Some of the most masculine of men I know are priests. We need food. We need air to breathe. We don't need
It's a gift
of coming together, and it's designed to bring life into the world.
I think the sexiest thing about a guy is like their self-control. And my husband has amazing self-control. So after baby number 4, when we started practicing NFP, it was like we couldn't do it sometimes when we wanted to. And that kind of made things a little steamier, like not gonna lie. It's hard on him too, don't get me wrong. People will say, well, oh, do you just do other things for your husband?
There are a lot of lazy husbands out there who do not want to take the time or put in the effort to meet his wife's emotional needs and provide her with the attention that she wants. But there are also a lot of lazy wives out there doing the same thing. They don't want to take the time to provide their husband with anything that he needs or wants. And then they don't have sex. And then they complain. And they're the couple you don't want to hang out with because, ew, they don't even like each other. Why would we like them? An ounce of effort would actually improve a relationship a great deal. Just this much. Try this hard. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.
You know what is both terrifying and revolting?
What? I can only imagine.
When a man says I'm pretty.
Right. Okay then. So, ladies, I'm sure some of you are wondering what exactly this is about. Well, I have seen lots of videos out there of women asking why men don't seem to want to take women out on dates, why they don't seem to be interested, and why they most certainly have really stopped approaching women in public at all. Well, you just saw one of the many reasons why. Because unfortunately, social media is virtually saturated with lots of women indicating how much they dislike men, they don't want them near them, and they don't even want what would be considered to be positive attention from any man in the form of a compliment, because those are apparently terrifying. And ladies, if you want men to start being interested again, you have to start acting like you don't despise them.
If there are no men in your DMs, okay, no one's in your DMs, no one's hitting you up, when you go to the club, no one's chatting to you, you're getting no attention, sis, you're on the right track. I'm telling you, you are on the right track. Because you know why? Especially if you're a pretty girl. You know you're a pretty girl. You know you're good looking. You're put together, everything like that. And no one's approaching you. It's because you're giving off the energy that you're not to be messed with. Think about it. Men are very sensible, okay? They may act like they're not, but they're very sensible, and they know a good woman from a mile off. They know who they can mess with, they know who they can get away with stuff with, and they know who's not to be messed with. And you are not one to be messed with, and they can see that from a mile off, so they're like, nah, not approaching that. Nah, not even gonna try my luck with that, because what's the point? They're gonna try their luck with women that they think that they can get. They don't think they can get you, and that's a great thing. And keep on doing what you're doing, okay?
Cole, open the door. What do you mean my key card is revoked? We are just taking a break. You can't lock me out.
You wanted to explore the free market, Lisa.
I went to Miami for a girls' trip to find myself. I didn't break up with you.
You requested an unpaid leave to test your market value. I simply removed your employee badge.
You are my provider. You are supposed to be here when I get back.
Providers fund exclusive investments. You declared yourself an independent contractor.
This is my apartment too. All my designer clothes and bags are up there.
Not anymore. Your physical assets have been liquidated and relocated.
Liquidated? Relocated where? Cole, what did you do?
Check your email. I sent you a severance package.
A public storage unit? You put my life in a cheap warehouse?
You wanted freedom, Lisa. Now you have it. 100%.
Cole, please. It's freezing out here.
The free market is cold. Dress warmly.
Once upon a time in New York, you could walk past a group of guys. A couple of them will lock in on you. One of them will decide, oh no, I'm going for it. Start walking with you 10 blocks, talking to you, trying to get to know you, trying to get your phone number or your social media accounts. He would commit to the bit, like, no, I'm walking with you. Wherever you going, I'm going with you. Because I want that number. I want that information. I'm trying to get with you. For real. Like, they would commit. They would yearn. You'll be walking down the street, a man see you in his car, he start following you in the car. And it wasn't even creepy. It was like low-key romantic because he really wanted to run down on you so bad. He was willing to take a detour from the way he was going to now go where you're going because he wanted to talk to you. Because you look that good. I don't know what happened. I don't know why the men in New York stopped doing these things. A man in New York used to talk to you while you was pregnant. He didn't even care if your baby had a dad. He didn't care. You look good. Don't care. I'll take care of that baby. Like, they used to be on that. I'm not sure what happened, but I miss the real New Yorkers. The real used to really run down. It's not the same. It's so sad right now. Dating pool is full of piss and pride.
What is the most icky thing that a guy can do? Imagine you go out and he orders a matcha. Like, men used to go to war.
Less than 2% of men actually served the military, and those that went to war, most of them were getting cheated on with men who didn't go to war. But y'all don't want to talk about that. Like, I'm part of the 2%. I served 8 years in the Navy, and I used to tell people all the time because it didn't take long to know because it's human behavior. But every time people came, whether they're men or women, they'd come to the ship happy, in love. They got a long-term boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance back home. And I told them at max 6 months, you won't be talking to each other. And it never took more than a couple months. Never took more than a couple months. Out of everyone that came to the ship in my 3 years on that ship, one out of all of them, one. And they're like happily married with kids today. One. The rest of them either cheated or got cheated on. Right? So when y'all go, men used to go to war. Yeah. And y'all used to cheat on them with men who didn't go to war. The more you know.
I cannot believe the amount of male commentators on my last video not knowing what courting is. I've had men courted me through and through, and they've had their mothers or sisters taught them very, very well on how to court a woman. And because I dropped the last person I was talking to because he didn't court me or like even talk to me like properly, I'm going to explain to the masses that courting is just basically asking her out on a date. She says yes. If you're still interested in her, then you ask her out on a date again. And if she's still interested in you, she would say yes. And you keep on repeating that process until you guys both spend time together. Until both you guys realize you guys like each other and start doing things with each other as a team. And then you officially ask her out. That's just my experience on dating. And no male has ever asked me to plan dates. None of my girlfriends that has a long-term partner have had a male ask her to plan dates while you guys are like getting to know each other. Like, I didn't know I was supposed to take you out. I didn't know I was gonna plan a car ride for you. I didn't know I was gonna plan out like a day where we hang out together and guide you to all these places. Like, what?
What are we supposed to do about lots of girls saying they don't want to be approached at all in public? First of all, I think you meant to say women, but we'll let that one slide for now. And I don't know who all these women are, because the vast majority, if not every single woman I've spoken with, wants to be approached in public again, opposed to just relying on online dating. The key is that you as a man have to have more attentiveness to the nuances of the situation, right? It all depends on when you do it and then how you do it. So first of all, when? Never approach a woman when she's working out. Just let her work out. Never approach a woman when she's in a potentially vulnerable situation, i.e. at night, walking to her car, taking public transit. And also when she's like very clearly in a rush. I think that goes for both genders. It's just common courtesy. And then secondly, how? Be respectful. Say, hi, excuse me, give them a compliment, ask for the time, start some small talk, whatever. And then if/when they say they're not interested in you or show it very clearly with their body language, back off. Don't push it. No one's gonna get mad at you for respectfully approaching a stranger in public and then leaving them alone when they want to be left alone. That's fine. No one's gonna cancel you or whatever for that. The problem is some men don't seem to understand this. And if you can't get it through your head that you have to be respectful and a little bit more aware of what's going on before approaching a woman in public, then I can't help you because you have brain damage, most likely from playing football.
We don't, but this is not the way.
Sophie, if the number of women doing tripled in Florida tomorrow, would that be a good or a bad thing?
I think honestly, it would be a great thing. A lot of women are trying to find different ways to make more income in a, heavily damaged economy. So I think that there should be those opportunities out there for these women to make an income.
When you say that tripling the number of creators is a good thing, that speaks to the damage of the economy.
Women still should be able to make that decision for themselves. At the end of the day, they shouldn't have to worry about
I'm raising a tax to disincentivize and deter it. I'm not banning it.
What does this say about America in our current economy, Carmen, if we're at a place where women feel like they have to themselves on the internet in order to survive, to make a living for themselves?
Sorry, guys, I'm siding with the on this one. I'm siding with I don't think that taxes is the solution. Why don't we just solve the problem instead of taxing people? If you want to go hard on the issue instead of trying to say, well, we're just going to tax the American people more. Why are we not going after the people who are doing, why are we not taxing the only thing in sight?
I hear what you guys are saying, but at the same time, we have to realize, she makes more money than LeBron James. That's the whole point. That's why it's called the sin tax, because if you want to sell your body online, you want to be online, we're going to make that as hard as possible. Now these girls are going to start changing their minds.
I feel like that is not going to deter women. These are going to themselves, whether it's on the internet or whether it's in real life.
Essentially what the government has said is, we'll be your pimp, okay? You got to give me half, but you can do it. We're going to pimp you out. That's what they're doing.
What's wrong with chivalry? What's actually wrong with it? I don't understand why people they trying to get rid of chivalry completely. It's a form of, hey, you're a woman and I think you're special. Because you're
romance.
a female.
I'm sorry, it's so romantic.
Yes.
I can't lie to myself and say that I don't enjoy it. Yeah,
on
or
the
to be
first
thought
date
of.
or other dates, if he's paying, please take it. If you want to be dominant and independent, and
if I wanted to be a man, I'd grow a.
Well, yeah, potentially. Well, we don't want to be men, but yes.
What I'm saying is, if I wanted to be a man, I grow some balls.
But if you wanted to be a man, you would then do what I used to do, which is pay for my meals or go on dates and pay for other men. Don't do that, women. You deserve to be treated different because we are different. We do birth babies. We do breastfeed. We also don't breastfeed, but we do other things that men can't.
Yeah.
So allow yourself to be treated in such a way.
Listen.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Calling you to say goodnight, bare minimum. Calling you pretty, bare minimum. Taking you on dates, bare minimum. Getting you flowers, bare minimum.
Not being ran through, bare minimum. Not having any children, bare minimum. Dating someone for who they are and not what they have, bare minimum. Not having your out everywhere on social media, bare minimum.
And you see a lot of these modern women are spending years, even from a young age, they're spending years talking about, well, I don't need a man, I'm independent, I'm strong, I can do everything on my own, which is fantastic. Do you. Cool, right? Fantastic. But men are listening to what you're saying. Men are hearing this stuff that you're talking about. And so where a man would volunteer to help you out, he stopped doing that because you said, I don't need a man. And not only, it'd be one thing if somebody came up to you and on an individual basis, you said, oh no, I'm cool. I don't need any help. Thank you though. And he keeps on going on about his way, right? But modern women are doing this on a grand scale. They're getting on social media and they're saying to all the men, before I get out and I change my tire, just PSA, I don't need your help. Hey, before you come over here trying to help me with my furniture or my groceries, PSA, I don't need your help. And the man says, okay, since she put out a PSA, there's no reason for me to even go over there. Well, y'all don't even check anymore, right? Because you put out a PSA. So the PSA is law. And I don't go out there anymore because that's what you said, right? And now you're complaining about where are all the providers at? Where are all the protectors? Well, you're telling men you don't need them. Men heard you. Men are listening to you. What in the world did you expect a man to do?